Alright, so I promised a video, and a video you shall have. Good old Stormwind is more accessible than ever to outlaw rogues, and I'm about to show you why. That's because Grappling Hook has been fixed with the release of Legion, and it's now much easier to get up on top of walls and to get between them. It can be a little bit tricky because sometimes you will just fall right off the edge. Like if you're pointing where I am now, it's likely that I'll fall. But if you get sort of into the nook of things, you can get line of sight and then fit yourself up there, no problem. So the 30-second cooldown does make this just a little bit long, but you know, that's not the end of the world. It's if it was any faster, I would be concerned about how broken it is for combat. So we'll go ahead and speed on through. So this opens up a number of new options for Rogue Squad stuff in the city, because now we have the ability to get, even if not out of combat in an emergency, we can get up onto rooftops in an emergency, which is actually a much bigger deal than I expected it to be, because you can have a dozen guards around you and not be able to break combat with them, and then get to the right rooftops, and it doesn't really matter that much. So you will end up fighting the flying guards, but once you're level 110, they're not so strong. They're pretty weak, so they just didn't scale quite as crazily as everything else. So as you can see, I'm impatiently waiting for it to cool down, but in some ways that's good as well, because it sort of forces you to take your time a little bit. So I'm, of course, going to bring us to one of my favorite places in the city, which is the room where the Alliance portals in the Mage Quarter. I have learned that there are some new places that I can get to that I don't know if any other class can get to these days because of Grappling Hook. It's a very unique ability in that it allows you to climb effectively indoors. And while Demon Hunters could definitely make it up some of these ledges that I can, they're not going to be nearly as effective as a rogue, an outlaw rogue. And frankly, there are some areas where there's just nothing, no way to get where they would have gotten. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite spots here. So this used to be the highest that I could get in this room, and it's, you know, nice and secure feeling, because I wasn't going to get hit by AoE. And I can even show you, if I go ahead and clear things out, I'll get some guard spam, but as you can see, they can't reach me because the guards are actually way up there, which is kind of bizarre, but oh, it appeared for a second, and then it's gone. So this is one of the only ways to deal with guards as a rogue, is get to somewhere that they're not totally comfortable reaching. Oh. So I'm still stuck in combat down here, but that doesn't mean that I can't get places. So this is the only way to get up there that I've found, but and of course it's not perfect. So at least I can get up here now too, which is a new ability for us as well, because it was a very difficult jump if it was possible at all. But I do suspect that Demon Hunters can make it up here. This is definitely this is definitely one of my favorite spots to be just a little bit rude. All right, we're back off cooldown here. I'm gonna hop back down just to prove that it can be done. Also a note that you can use this, as you saw earlier, while in stealth. Previously, a lot of our mobility options required you to break stealth for a brief moment. So this one will take some practice. Hopefully I can get it on a couple tries here. Not having luck today. Thankfully, I can heal myself while in stealth too. I see this DK is coming for me. He has lost track of me though, so... If they patch this, I'm going to be disappointed, but I don't think they did. There we go. So it'll take a little bit of time to get it right, but it's very doable. So now let me see. Did I? I'm going to craft myself a gunpowder shard and just see if I can actually hit the ground. 40 yards. So the nice thing is that once you're up here, it's relatively easy to get around. You just go from top of pillar to top of pillar. So he was definitely in range for a little bit there, so we'll see when the next person comes through. I definitely have to say that I am enjoying how active the world is as well. It's one of those things that I think people often underestimate coming into a new expansion, just how much more real the world feels when people are actually running around in it. And the lack of sort of garrison focus means that people, oh, here we go. People are actually out in the world, even if they're in your class halls, so. Boom. So now I have to get away from guards, which is always fun. So they can, in fact, hit me from up here. It's one of the stranger parts about how this works is that we're actually deep below ground right now. I suppose I can always go to the standby location, which is this far corner. And very shortly should give up. I can just make my way out too. Break combat. There we go. Ha. Now to move onward. I can just hop right across. Granted, I picked the wrong roof, so that's going to take some practice as well. But at least I have options if I need them. I can also do the classic approaches here of jumping manually. So it's a little bit of a hike, but I'm going to get us over to the Cathedral District. You'll note now that there are some great ways to get across without going ground level because of these great little forts that they put here just for us rogues to use as stepping stones. And these walls are much easier to climb once you get the hang of it, because you can just click right on this edge, but these edges here, the sort of concave edges, are very nice for being certain that you're not going to fall off the edge. Hello, friend. Again, the waiting makes the pace a little bit slow. If there are ever talents to reduce that cooldown, I would be all about it. I'm also considering for the artifact weapon, there is... trying to remember where it is here, but oh yeah, there we go. Your ability cooldowns recover 15% faster. I could always just blow Adrenaline Rush just to get Grappling Hook to reset faster. Oh, hello, friend. As many of you remember, down there is one of my favorite spots in the city. And unless there are any officers around, it should be pretty safe to do a sweeping jump into the cathedral. Fortunately, the person I was here to see is not there, so I'm going to have to go hunt for him, which, again, thankfully, I don't have to spend that much time on the ground if I don't want to. Horrible error. Well, I'm afraid I don't know New Stormwind enough to really be able to do much here, but I do have something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Hello, officer. I didn't realize that you were so easy to pay off. And the best part, too, is that Officer Connolly here will come with me to the roofs. And I do gain access to the hooked net. And for regular guards, you can get the chute, but...
well met.
Note that she is level 110 elite. And has... how many hit points? 2 million-ish? And can see through stealth, so I presume that if I attack a rogue and they vanish, she will keep attacking them. Said, if you're stuck in combat, you can still use this to get away from the people you're stuck in combat with. Which is a very nice change of pace. It's very quiet in the city today. Everybody is out leveling, I presume. Here's a reminder that you can also leave her wherever you want. I'm going to send her down a little bit because it seems like there are issues with where she was. And if I start across the way here, I can use her for whatever I need, and then teleport her back to me as necessary. Looks like there are no lobies about who are flagged, but I suppose that's how it goes. Oh, there's a level 100. Let's bring her across quickly, and again, she doesn't have a chute, which I didn't realize, but that's okay. So I can just let her do my dirty work for me. And then make my getaway across the roofs. Well, I hope that has been fun and educational. Sorry for the slow parts, but you know how it goes. I look forward to seeing you all play some rogues in game.